The craziness that goes on in the world is amazing. As a leader and a videographer and a pastor, many times I'm speaking with leaders and their concerns is how can they make their message go farther? Let me help you. I'm getting ready to have a workshop that is going to transform your life. Now, wait a minute now. Many of the workshops that I've had has been for the media directors and solely people that do the technical stuff. And one of the things that I realize is that pastors that do the work, people that are in charge of purchasing and getting equipment, have questions that they need answered. Maybe your media team gives you all of these technical terms that you don't even know what they're talking about, but you know you need to upgrade and change needs to happen. So I have a 3-hour session that I'm going to give pastors across the country. And we're going to work on learning how to improve your media presence. We're going to talk about whether it's time for a new sound system and how do you tell if it's time for a new sound system and what are the options, whether you're going from analog to digital. And is there an interim piece between analog and digital so that the deacon that may not be the brightest can know how to operate some of the equipment and still get digital quality? Are you interested in LED walls and television walls? And what's the difference? How are they priced? What gives you the same stage presence? You know, there are lights that you can purchase that cost $3,000-$4,000 per light. And then there are lights that are made in offshore companies that are less than $300 that you can place in your church and give the same quality. Actually, they're probably made in the same warehouse. The components are made in the same warehouse. We've learned all the secrets to installing the best cameras. What are the right? Do I need a standard camera? Do I need a PTZ camera because I don't have cameramen? But I got one good person that can do cameras. And it's PTZ. And if I do PTZ, what kind of PTZ cameras do I need? And those PTZs are the ones that are controlled by Remote Control for you that may not know what I'm talking about. There are so many different options that there are there for churches. And pastors, you know, you have these questions and, you know, you don't want to seem like you don't know in front of your people. And so what you would love to be able to do is to say, hey, I want to change. See, I have pastors across the country that contact me. And many of them take a traditional church and they said, I would love to make this church modern. How do I make it modern? We're going to go over design ideas, how to take a traditional church that even has a baptism pool in the center, and how do you make it work? I had a pastor contact me and he had an air conditioned vent right behind his pulpit. And he was like, how do I make this thing work? We did some amazing things showing him how to make those things work. We are trained and talented at converting what is awful and making it awesome. I want to help you. And so never has this been done in this format. I've always trained the techies, but I'm a pastor. I know what it means to maintain a budget, trying to figure out how we're going to make this do it. I'm going to even share with you finance options and directions to go to get this stuff done, what grants are available, what are the options, how do you leverage what you're building for what you need to create revenue to be able to do it. And if you make all of these upgrades, how can you make them pay for themselves? And so for 3.5 hours, we're going to do it. Now, then I got a bonus session after that. But let me tell you this. You're going to be able to bring your pictures of your inside of your church, post them up, give ideas, ask questions. And on the spot in the training, we're going to use that as suggestions to help you figure out what to make your media, your look, your design even better. And so what I want you to do is come ready with those pictures, those ideas, a little bit of information. We're only taking 30 leaders, so there's only 30 pastors that are able to attend. Now, the reason why we're only taking 30 leaders is for this reason, because as a post thing that we're going to do, I'm going to do free of charge a 30-minute session. So after the workshop is over, you'll get a scheduler link and you'll be able to schedule a free 30-minute session with me as I consult you personally on the upgrades of your local church. Now, this has never been done. No one's doing this kind of thing. But listen to me. I think that this, for many of you, will be transformative. Now, for me to do consulting, normally it's about $500 for me to do that. But I'm going to give this as a byproduct. Now, many churches are starting their new quarter, and it's getting ready to start, and you've got ideas that you want to do starting your next quarter. And I want to make sure that you're armed with all of the tools to be able to do it from an intellectual, educated perspective. Many of you are taken by fast salesmen. I'm not in the business of necessarily selling you equipment. I have connections if you need it. I'm more in the business of making sure that ministry looks good. At the end of the day, the message of Jesus, we want to make sure it's in a format that grabs the attention of people. And you may say, well, Reverend, I'm not ready for that. We use camera, cell phones. I'll show you how to make those work by using NDI technology. Ultimately, what we would love to take you to the point is that you're free from all of those devices, that you found the most inexpensive way to do what you need to do, and you're able to reach a larger audience. And if your viewing audience is struggling, we'll show you how to improve that. Thank you so much. The information is on the screen. This will be a transformative workshop. Your church, your ministry, your organization will never be the same. And get this, share this with other pastors and leaders that you know. This is done. It's going to be done in a few days, this workshop. While some of you have a little extra time to look at it, it's in the evening. It's a webinar. You'll be able to go back and look at it again and again and gain the information, and also schedule an a la carte time that can help you become better and help what you do to be more effective. Thank you again, and have a great day. I'm Bishop Z, happy to be helping.